Hey friend, and welcome to Happily Hormonal. I'm your host, Berri on Berri. Join me as we take a walk on the wild side of understanding our hormones, from puberty to menopause. Yeah, we're about to cover it all. From practical strategies to expert advice and personal experiences, you'll learn how to thrive through each stage of your hormonal life. Whether you're looking to improve your mood, manage those cravings, or just boost your overall vibes, this podcast is designed to help you embrace being happily hormonal. Hello, love, and welcome back to another episode of Happily Hormonal. It is your happy and hormonal bestie, Berri, and today I am going to share with you my secret to success on my wellness journey. But honestly, the more I think about it, this translates into every other facet of my life. So I really hope that this also is helping you accomplish your goals and your dreams because, baby, we still got a lot of 2023 left. I know it doesn't feel like we do, but let's be honest, let's be real. We do, right? So I want to make sure that you are maximizing it. But before we hop into the episode, I want to say two things. Yes, I'm a little bit congested, okay? Now listen, I did the Barbara O'Neill flu bomb, little remedy last night. Ooh, that opened up my sinuses for sure, but this morning I'm just a little bit stuffy. So, bear with me as we navigate through the raspiness of my voice at 8:30 a.m. And second, I am doing something for the next 48 hours. It is called the All Access Archive. Listen, a lot of you were asking me to bring all of my archived classes back. And so I put those in a bundle along with my cleanses, my ebooks, and a few other things that I created this year. So if you have been really wanting to learn about your body so that you can truly advocate for yourself when you are at your OBGYN or when you're seeing your endocrinologist, I want you to head to the show notes and grab the All Access Archive because literally it is live for 48 hours and then it's going back to the archive. I archived it for a reason. That's because we are moving forward. So I wanted to let you know that. Now, go ahead, grab your tea, or if you're like me, you're having a nice little coffee this morning, and let's get into today's episode. I do think you may hear my puppy. He is very upset with me because I had to put him in his house, and just in case you didn't know, I call his crate his house. I needed to put him in his house so that we didn't have too much commotion in the background, but he is yelping. Benjamin, no. I will be with you momentarily, Benjamin Buttons. And in case you didn't know, my dog, his name is actually Benji, but when he is getting sassy, I call him Benjamin. His real name is actually Benji. But anyways, I digress. Okay. So when it comes to my wellness journey, there is something that I do called SMS. Simplify, magnify, satisfy. And I really had to think about why I've been able to be successful when it comes to my wellness journey. And that's because I really do look for simplification or ways to simplify whatever it is I'm doing. I know so many of us have read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. It is literally sitting on my desk under my laptop. Well, it's under my laptop stand and I look at it every single morning. I look at the binding of the book. I don't open the book every morning, but that book really helped me understand the importance of habits and routines, goals, outcomes, all of that, behaviors, right? And in that book, he talks about habit stacking. And I guess I think I read this book in 2020. So I feel as if since then I've been able to just habit stack so much of my wellness routine. But when I go even further, one reason I've been able to recover from burnout so quickly, one reason I've been able to have pain-free periods since 2019 so quickly is because I magnify all the things that I have simplified. And when I magnify things, that usually leads me to a satisfying result, right? So let's get a little bit more micro with things because I know you're probably thinking, Berri, where are you going with this? And y'all know we might take Robin Hood's bin or whatever, but we actually get to where we need to go. So when I talk about simplifying things, especially as it relates to your wellness routine, I will tell you there are 4 areas to focus on. I believe I shared this with you all back in July, but I'm going to share it with you again. Okay. These 4 areas we're going to focus on: proper hydration, remineralization and supplementation, nutrition optimization, and last but not least is nervous system regulation. Now, the reason we focus on these things is because my philosophy around balancing hormones, or as I like to say, achieving hormonal harmony, is stress less and live more. Add rather than subtract. And of course, clean eating, right? But the reason I really resonate with those things is because in life, especially in the health space, so many people are going to throw different things at you, and it can almost feel stressful, right? And we don't want to be stressed on our wellness journey. I mean, at the end of the day, when we're stressed out or anxious, that is actually causing us to have higher cortisol. And we know that high cortisol is not really yielding us hormonal harmony, right? So we want to keep it in check. And one of the ways to keep stress in check is to simplify different areas of your life. So that being said, proper hydration. Now, hydration is going to look different for everyone. And I know people are like, oh, drink half your body weight in ounces in water. And yes, but the more I've studied hydration, what I've learned is actually going to benefit people the most is taking the time to learn markers of hydration. So, for instance, if you are going to pee, I want you right now to look at the color of your urine. And if it looks like lemonade, like more like Minute Maid, you are properly hydrated. If it looks more yellow than it does clear, right? So I'm talking like, y'all know the Country Time lemonade with that bright yellow packaging. If it looks more like that, there's a chance that you are actually dehydrated and needing some more water, right? And then if it is actually translucent, like all the way see-through, you could be overhydrated. So you really want to be aiming for more of that lemonade, but like a light lemonade color, okay? Not like a lemon, but like lemonade. So with that being said, that is one sign of proper hydration. Another sign of proper hydration. So if you are not driving right now, I actually want you to take your left hand and I want you to put it out in front of you. I then want you to take your right hand, your thumb and your index finger, and I want you to pinch the skin on the back of your left hand, okay? And see how fast that goes down. In the event that it goes back into place very quickly, that is a sign of proper hydration or just a hydrated body in general. But in the event that it takes a really long time for your skin to kind of go back into position and it feels like it's moving in slow motion, for instance, that's actually a sign that you need to work on your hydration levels, okay? Your hydration stores. So that is proper hydration. Remineralization and supplementation really will vary from person to person, okay? I don't want to sit here and tell you I have all the answers under the sun, but what I will tell you is there are key areas that are worth looking into when it comes to vitamins and minerals as a woman, okay? So, when it comes to essential vitamins for your health as a woman, vitamin D, vitamin B6, B9, and B12, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin K, and vitamin B complex. Those are going to be really, really crucial for you as a woman. And I just want you to keep that in mind. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be easy, but I will tell you that it'll be worth it. When it comes to minerals, right, we're looking for calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc, iodine, and selenium. Now, you might be thinking, yes, that is a lot for you to remember off the top of your head, which is exactly why I told you to get your notebook. So if you didn't get it, go get it. Okay. I'm going to recall these for you one last time. Okay. When it comes to essential vitamins for your health as a woman, vitamin D, vitamin B6, B9, and B12, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, K, vitamin B complex of some sort, right? So it'll give you B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B12, okay? When it comes to minerals, calcium, okay? Iron, magnesium, zinc, iodine, selenium. And you notice I slowed down when I went through the minerals, and that's because I feel like minerals are so underrated when it comes to our health. But there are so many incredible supplements out there on the market that you can take, or you can do what I did at the start of my hormonal health journey, which was shortcut all of the supplementation and focus solely on nutrition optimization. Now, listen, I don't care if you're keto, paleo, gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, under the sun free. I want you making sure that you are Roy G. Biving your plate. Yes, just like the rainbow. I said what I said and I meant it. The reason I recommend that you do this is because hopefully you will actually be able to get those vitamins and minerals that you actually need in your food. The only thing you may need to supplement for is vitamin D3, but for the most part, if you have a very well-balanced plate, if you are eating in sync with your menstrual cycle, you should be able to Roy G. Biv your plate. Now, you might be thinking, well, I need to know a little bit more. So if you are somebody that needs to know a little bit more about eating in sync with your menstrual cycle, I highly recommend that you go back to the start of this podcast. I also really recommend that you go over to my Instagram or my TikTok. I have a phenomenal video about how to actually eat in sync with your cycle. And I'm a visual person, so in that little, I think it's a 90-second video, if that, I teach you what you need to know about eating in sync with your cycle. And I think it's really going to help you also eat, even if you're not trying to eat in sync with your cycle, you just want to eat better and not less, right? My last little pillar under simplify, right, is nervous system regulation. Listen, I think I've talked at lengths before with you all about your sympathetic versus your parasympathetic, rest and digest versus fight or flight, and why it's so important for you to be in your parasympathetic nervous system. But I'm just going to say this in a very black and white way. You need to be regulating your nervous system and constantly reminding your body that it is safe so that your hormones are in the right environment to actually begin finding their own harmony and balancing. Okay. At the end of the day, if you are super stressed out, if you are overwhelmed, if you are not moving your body every single day, like I literally take a daily mental health walk. Yes, I have to walk my dog, but honestly, when I go for a walk with him, it's often just for my mental health because like we need to prioritize our mental health and well-being, getting out of our minds and into our bodies, right? And when you are focusing on nervous system regulation, that is something you can do. It's almost second nature. Now, you might be thinking, Berri, what are ways to regulate my nervous system? There's so many different things. Going for a walk, working out, literally just sitting in community, like going out for drinks with your girls, going on a nice date with your partner, like just spending intentional time with yourself and really just enjoying life, right? This is as simple as it can get. Now, you could go even deeper, right? And get into the somatic stuff, which I love, but sometimes we don't need to get deep, wonderful, and spiritual. Sometimes what we need to do is do the basic stuff and be comfortable with that basic stuff to then be open to the opportunity to go deeper and to do some trauma healing, trauma release, or working with a therapist or a counselor. A lot of times we fixate on the deep stuff and maybe we like say to ourselves like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And there's a chance that you're not ready. And that's a sign that you need to keep it simple, sweetie. I was going to say stupid, but you're not stupid, especially if you're here. So with that being said, I want to recap those 4 pillars really quickly under simplify. Okay. And then we will delve into how to magnify those things. So proper hydration, remineralization and supplementation, nutrition optimization, and nervous system regulation. Also, if we could all just take a moment to take a deep breath in, deep breath out, take a sip of whatever you're drinking on. Now that we've talked about how to simplify your wellness routine, I want to talk about magnifying things. So, by definition, right? And y'all know how I get. I love a good definition. And if I didn't give you the definition of simplify, my bad. Simplify is to make something easier or simpler to do or understand. Magnify means to increase or exaggerate the importance of an effect of something, right? So I now want you to magnify what you're doing when it comes to what you've simplified. I want you to magnify proper hydration. I want you to magnify remineralization and supplementation, magnify nutrition optimization, and magnify nervous system regulation. And when I say magnify it, that could mean habit stack things, but that could also mean be more intentional about what you're doing. So let's stick with hydration really quick. Drinking water every single day is cool, but when you're magnifying it, you're probably adding in coconut water. Y'all know I love my coconut water, right? When you're magnifying it, perhaps you are doing a tea or a green juice or a pomegranate juice in addition to your regular water consumption. Maybe you're adding in your celery juice, right? We're magnifying it because we really want to get to our ultimate result of feeling our best in our bodies, right? So how you choose to magnify is going to be up to you, but that would be a magnification for just simple hydration. Then maybe you want to magnify your remineralization and supplementation. One way to do that is to purchase high quality supplements, right? But another way to do that is to look at what you already have at home and be more intentional about taking those things. Why? Why would we do that? Because I'm going to be honest with you. You probably have a lot of vitamins and supplements already laying around your house, and you may not need to buy anymore. Maybe you need to just actually take them. If you're like me and you work from home, you keep your supplements on your desk to ensure that you take them, right? So there's that. When it comes to nutrition optimization, that's going to look different for everybody. But for me, I really think it's always making sure that I'm eating in sync with my menstrual cycle as much as possible. And it also can look like doing things such as my 21-day cleanse, right? Where it's cleansing the body so that the hormones can actually balance, or detoxifying and supporting the liver, right? So the hormones can actually achieve the harmony we want them to achieve. And last but not least, nervous system regulation. Magnifying nervous system regulation really will look different for everyone. What I personally have been doing is to help me regulate my nervous system. I've been listening to Wayne Dyer. I don't know if he goes by or if he went by Dr. Wayne Dyer at some point, but Wayne Dyer is someone I have been listening to just to magnify nervous system regulation, but more specifically, positivity in my life. I found that it was really easy for me to focus on the bad when I could actually be focusing energy on the good. Because when you focus on the good gets better, right? And that's been really nice for me. So perhaps for you, that could be the same, but to each their own. I just wanted to give an example. Now, the simplifying and the magnifying often leads to satisfying, right? And to satisfy is to meet the expectation, needs, or desires of something or someone. And for me, my desire is to feel happy and whole in my body. It's to feel in control. It's to know what is going on. And so for me to be really happy with what I am doing, I just need to focus on my simple things, magnifying those things, and that will yield the outcome that I want. But you might be thinking, okay, Berri, well, you fixed all of your wellness problems. You fixed all of your health problems, Berri. What about me? I have fibroids. Let's just throw that out there. Let's say, for instance, you're somebody with fibroids, right? You might be thinking, what should I do, Berri? And so I'm going to tell you what you would do. You would go ahead and figure out your hydration. but I would highly recommend that you add a tea into your hydration routine that can help you manage your fibroids, such as St. John's bush, also known as Justicia secunda. Okay, you guys know which one I recommend. It's the one from Rich Soul Foods. You can use the code Berri, Berri, at checkout to get you together. But I would recommend you use that. And then when it comes to remineralization and supplementation, I would recommend that you take My Happy Flow, which I've talked to you all about before, which is a really great supplement that's also got a lot of vitamins in it, but it has some things in it that I wasn't aware of. I'll link that episode down below for you, but it had DIM and one other thing in it that it's just, the name is escaping me right now, but I digress, right? And then when it comes to nutrition optimization, I would actually encourage you to try gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, first and foremost, of course, with anti-inflammatory diet. Now, obviously, I don't want you getting rid of those things for a long time. I just want you to try this out for about 30 days and see how your fibroids feel. That's really what it comes down to. And then when it comes to nervous system regulation, lower intensity workouts will certainly aid you. Going for a walk will certainly aid you. But in addition to that, I think one thing I found to be really helpful is addressing trauma or addressing your personal power and purpose. Because of where fibroids can be located at, it's really along that sacral and more specifically that solar plexus chakra. And so it's really important to kind of sit with yourself and say, am I creating? Am I doing the things that I enjoy doing? Do I feel blocked in any areas, right? And start working with yourself doing that. Now, naturally, you can join my group coaching program, the Harmony Collective, and I can assist you. But if you are looking for a place to start, that is where I would simplify. And then I would magnify my effort towards simplify my simple routine. I would magnify what I'm doing and making sure maybe I'm drinking 2 cups of St. John's bush tea every single day, making sure that I really am sticking with gluten-free, dairy-free, and refined sugar-free, things like that. Because a lot of people will start and you'll be good for like 5 days, right? But then that's it. It stops at 5 days. No, keep going, follow through for 30 days and see how great you feel, right? Maybe it's getting deeper sleep in the evenings, things like that. And to satisfy or meet your own expectation, you want to be logging your symptoms and how you're actually feeling. Rate it yourself. If you have my cycle support planner, which I think a lot of you do have, then you already know how to track. I've already got a symptom tracker in there for you to rate on a scale so you can assess yourself. But that is really my secret to success on my hormonal health journey, is utilizing what I like to call the SMS method. Now, there's a chance you already heard me talk about this on Instagram, and I'm glad you were listening. But on Instagram, I actually applied this to following through on your goals and your dreams. Keep going and staying the course. Just simplify what you're doing, because often when we feel overwhelmed, it's because we're doing too much, right? So simplify your efforts, magnify your energy towards those efforts, and that should often lead to satisfaction. Now, with that being said, let's take a moment to pause. I need to sip of my coffee because my throat is dry. Oh my gosh, my throat is so dry right now. But with that being said, I honestly hope that today's episode for my secrets to success really help you on your own journey. I do also want to remind you that you can enroll in the All Access Archive if that's something you've been wanting to do. But also, if you have been wanting to work with me as your hormonal health coach, I highly, highly recommend that you apply to the Harmony Collective. The first thing you need to do, if you are interested, is send me a DM with the word harmony. Okay? I don't even ask you to fill out an application before you actually DM me the word harmony, because y'all know me. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Either this program is for you or it is not for you. And I just like to keep it real. But inside of the Harmony Collective, we are doing some hormonal health testing. We are looking at, what vitamins and minerals your body absorbs a lot, what you may be deficient in. We're also looking at your intolerances and different things like that. So I want to encourage you to go ahead and just DM me the word harmony. I will send you all the information you need to know in the event that this is the right program for you. With that being said, I do want to remind you that 'tis the season, okay? So if you are not feeling the best, you get to change your state. And with that being said, as always, love you, mean it, and I'll talk to you soon.